What's good, YouTube? It's Nas, and we back with another video. Road to 700 subscribers, of course. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about Keyonte George. And I know if you're probably a casual basketball fan or you're not really paid attention, I wouldn't blame you if you don't care what's going on with the Utah Jazz at this point. But right now, the Jazz are 9-15, and they are behind the Dallas Mavericks for the 10th spot in the play-in tournament, which obviously, if you're just a regular fan, you're going to expect the Jazz to be the bottom of the West. Like, they're not a good team. They're not an elite team. Like, you wouldn't expect anything out of them. But the play of Keyonte George this season has really surprised some people. And I said 3 years ago, I believed in Keyonte George as a player. And the first two seasons, or basically, his first two seasons, he's let me down. Like, he's been the starting point guard for the Utah Jazz. And he was a turnover machine. He was an inefficient shot chucker. But now it feels like he's figured out his game. And obviously, the Jazz are playing much better basketball. Yes, I could talk about how they got destroyed by the Knicks. And their head coach, Will Hardy, says, "I'm tired of this shit. Are y'all going to try?" And yes, that I think that probably woke up something in the Jazz. Hopefully it did, because that game against New York, it was terrible, and obviously against OKC they were gonna get their ass busted. But a good win against the Memphis Grizzlies team, who's been streaking recently, who's been on a good run recently, and against the Memphis Grizzlies, my bad, I'm stumbling on my words. Keyonte George had 39 points, 8 assists, and 6 rebounds. And what Keyonte George right now excels at is getting to the foul line. Like, for a player like Keyonte George, the amount of free throws that he has, like, you wouldn't expect. Like, Keyonte George is up, which I would say the meaning, or where the medium amount of free throw makers of the NBA are at. Like, the players that draw fouls a lot, I feel like Keyonte George is up there. And when you really look at it, it doesn't surprise me, because Keyonte George at 6'2", 6'3", gets to that fucking rim. When Keyonte George's three-point shot is going, Keyonte George is really hard to stop. And when you really look at that Utah Jazz young team, you're like, well, they have potential. Why are they so bad? Like, why? They should be competing by now. You got Lauri Markkanen, who's really in the prime of his career right now, and people are looking to trade him. And right now, the way the Jazz are looking right now, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't move off of Lauri Markkanen. If you keep this duo of Lauri Markkanen and Keyonte George together. Well, when you really look at it, Keyonte George this season is averaging 23 points per game. He's averaging 23 points per game, 7 assists, and 4 rebounds per game, with 34% from the three. He's still shooting a 34% from three, but his field goal percentage is saying a lot, because this season he's up to 44%. His first two seasons, his field goal percentage was 39 for both single seasons. So he increased his field goal percentage by 5, so that should be saying a lot for his efficiency. Like, I wouldn't call him a shot chucker now, because when you're shot chucking, you're missing a lot of shots. But right now, I would say Keyonte George is making a lot more shots than he is missing right now. But maybe that whole argument didn't make sense. So let's just look at this Utah Jazz roster, because maybe you're wondering, why the fuck is Nas making a Utah Jazz video on December 13th on this random Saturday? And right now, the Utah Jazz roster consists of Kyle Anderson, Slow-Mo, Ace Bailey, who's still trying to figure out his NBA game, Walter Clayton, your first round pick this season, Isaiah Collier, who's giving you great backup minutes for Keyonte George. You got Kyle Flipowski, Keyonte George, like I keep saying, Elijah Harkless, my bad, I'm trying to figure out these names, Taylor Hendricks, Walker Kessler, who's been out for a couple games now, and he is unfortunately out for the season. Walker Kessler was playing some great basketball before he went down with this injury, so hopefully Walker Kessler comes back better than he was. You got Kevin Love, who just had a masterclass last game, which Kevin Love is not going to give you too many of these performances anymore. He had 20 in 20 minutes, 20 and 8 rebounds. So a peak or a prime or a vintage Kevin Love performance last night. And when you really look at what Kevin Love is doing for this team right now, Kevin Love at age 37 is providing that veteran presence for which you need for if you're a young team, basically, because we know a lot of young teams which, if you don't have the proper veterans, aka Charlotte Hornets, like, when you really look at it, like, if you don't have that veteran presence that you need for these team or for these young players to develop, maybe they're just build certain bad habits that you wouldn't want to go down in the future. And Kevin Love is one of the most, I guess you could say, the funniest, but the most professional basketball player on the planet right now. One of the most professional basketball players on the planet. So when you really look at it, having a veteran like Kevin Love when you're a young player like this, it helps a lot. But you obviously got Lauri Markkanen, Svi Malikic, I think that's how you say SVI. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about if you're a Jazz fan. Georges Niang, Yusuf Nurkic, who's been giving you good starting caliber minutes this season with Walker Kessler being out with his injury. Bryce Sensabaugh, who's become a sniper from the three-point range. I just hope his defense improves and he builds more of an overall offensive game. You got John Tojin, Oscar Tavisi, and Cody Williams. I'm pretty sure I messed up those two names. And Cody Williams, I don't know. I feel like Cody Williams is becoming a better player. I think coming out of the draft, we knew his defense was there, but his first 2 seasons haven't been pretty, and they haven't been good at all. He was a top 10 pick, and he's absolutely playing horrible. Like, I'm not gonna even sugarcoat it with you. He's bad. Like, I don't blame them for he's not getting PT. I wouldn't blame them for not getting him PT because Cody Williams is one of the worst players in the league, and I'm just gonna be blunt with you. And hopefully Cody Williams obviously improves because he was one of the youngest players in his draft class. Well, I don't want to be too hard on him, but Cody Williams is really bad at the sport right now, so I don't know. But when you're looking at Keyonte George as a player, like, I feel like these underrated players should be getting more attention than what they are getting right now, because the way Keyonte George is playing right now, he's playing like the most improved player right now. And obviously, there's probably players that's already up for an award, which already won the award basically in our eyes when it's only December 13th. So Keyonte George playing this type of basketball for a Utah Jazz team that is itching to make the play-in spot finally gets some winning back into Utah ever since Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert left town. So I'm interested to see how far this Utah Jazz team could go and what's the future of them, because they have a good GM in Danny Ainge. So when you're really looking at it, and Will Hardy as their head coach. So when you're looking at the future of the Utah Jazz, I wouldn't be too bleak on it because actually, I've been tuned into a lot of Utah Jazz games. You would be surprised how many games I've watched that the Utah Jazz have been playing in this season. But let me know how y'all feel about Keyonte George as a player, and let me know how y'all feel about the Utah Jazz. I hope you guys enjoy. Subscribe. What's good, y'all? If y'all made it to the end of the video, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And there's a video right here. I'm pretty sure you're gonna like it if you like this one. And the channel icon's right there if you want to just check out the channel in general. And yeah, leave a like too, because it really helps the algorithm push me out. And yeah, I appreciate y'all for watching this video nonetheless.